Yeah, I think if a child's persisting in the same patterns of misbehavior again and again, then obviously something is wrong. And some of that will depend on the age of a child. If you're dealing with a little child, a preschooler, and you're responding to defiant behavior with physical discipline, obviously you're not going to want to be doing physical discipline 6 or 8 or 10 times a day. So there are some times that you may choose to overlook things you would not otherwise overlook, or sometimes that you will be sitting with the child, talking to them about how important it is that they obey, especially if you feel like they've had enough physical discipline for that day. I think with an older child, you can always engage that child and say, we've responded to this 2 or 3 times today, the same issue. And I've talked to you about it. We've had consequences that we've brought to you that were appropriate, and yet you persist in this. And I think some of that is just sitting with the child and talking to them and saying, what's going on? What part of the instruction I've given you have you not understood? How do you think about the fact that you continue to disobey? So I think calling them to account in that way is appropriate. I always think about the passage, though, in Galatians chapter 6 that says, let's continue to do good, for in due time we'll reap a harvest if we don't give up. And sometimes parents give up before harvest time, and we need to just consistently, daily, be reminding our kids of the callings of God on their lives and holding a standard before them and pointing them to Christ and to the cross, and consistently following through with our discipline and correction. So I don't think it means that we have to try a whole new program, but I think we just have to consistently and faithfully persist.